Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today I am so excited to share this look with you. This is using all products that were my favorite new launches of 2025, specifically on the Integrity Botanicals website. We had a lot of new, really exciting makeup brand launches, including Cheekbone, SWEED, and UND GRETEL. That is what you are going to see a lot of here. So it's going to be a huge love letter to that. But if you want to check out all of my other 2025 favorites, that was my last video. I'm going to link it for you down below. But the look today is an effortless, shiny, like messy glam is sort of what I'm calling it. Really easy to achieve as always, playing up the eyes and then doing a little nude customization on the lips. But enough of me yapping. You know, I could just keep going and going before the video starts. If you want to see how I achieve this look, you want to see some of my 2025 favorites in action, then please keep watching. All right, we're kicking things off with primer. I've really been loving this primer. This is still a favorite. Didn't launch this year, but it's from RMS. Give my skin a little bit of moisturization, a little bit of grip so that this good stuff lasts all day long. Now, I've been experimenting a little bit with underpainting, and I'm using the UND GRETEL Glitter. I love saying that. This is in shade 3. It's a bronzing shade with this angled RMS brush. So I'm putting this on my bare, well, primed skin, I should say, taking it over the bridge of the nose, anywhere I want a little bit of that warmth, light sculpting and definition. This is a little too dark, I would say, for me in the winter months to wear all over my skin, but in the summer, I think it'd be really pretty. And then I'm topping this off with the UND GRETEL CC cream. I'm doing a little mix of shade 1 and 2. I always find I live somewhere a little bit here in between, but this is a really great light medium coverage. I'm gonna build up that coverage a little bit with the RMS Skin to Skin brush. I feel like this is a really great dense option. You really are gonna wanna take your time here. This is quite a thin formula, so you can work this up in a little bit of layers, but I am leaning into this very skin-like sort of look. I actually love like this eye isn't at all grungy, but you know what I mean, like a smoky-ish eye with really bare skin. I just think it's such a fresh look. For concealer, we're switching things up. This is the Cheekbone Beauty. This is their Unify pencil. I'm using the shade Fair 3. This one's a little bit peachier, which I actually think works nice for underneath the eyes. For spot concealing, you can see it's a tiny bit dark. When I blend it out, it's all good. Also using the Skin to Skin Everything brush, but I'd probably use a lighter shade there. But for underneath the eyes, this is going to provide more of a light sort of coverage. I did go in with a little bit of color corrector. So now we are looking good. And setting everything with powder, the RMS Hydra powder. I'm using the shade Light. This doesn't really have color to it, but it just prevents any sort of flashback sort of look underneath the eye. So we're using the Jenny Patinkin Puff, another forever favorite. And I'm also just going to set the eyelids because we're going to go in with a little bit of cream shadow around the nose, basically anywhere is sort of concealed. Then to kick the bronzing up a little bit, we are going in with the Air Perez bronzing pot. I'm using the shade Playa. I am going in with that same angled brush, putting that in the exact same places over the bridge of the nose, and then straight into blush. I love the RMS Crystal Slipper collection. This one is going to take a little bit of building. I would maybe even suggest using a little bit of a denser brush. I am just using this wide bristled Bdellium Tools option, but you can see it layers really nicely, makes her a beautiful complement with that bronzing as well. So I really just like melting those two together and then sort of liberally applying it because it's going to give a little bit of luminosity to the cheeks and just put a little bit of color back in my skin, basically. Still on the RMS Crystal Slipper collection, I am taking the Luminizer. This has a really beautiful sort of nude flush color that works so beautifully with this. Taking it on top of the cheekbones, underneath the brow bone. I'm going to take a little bit down the bridge of my nose and my Cupid's bow as well. But yeah, basically liberally applying this stuff everywhere. It's so, so pretty. For eyes, more Cheekbone. This is one of their little mini eyeshadow sticks. This is in Brown Topaz. This is such a pretty color. It's more of a taupe shade with a little bit of bronze, but it's not too cool toned, but it's also cool toned enough to where you start to blend this out in the crease and you're getting that like perfect one and done shadow look. Like it's doing a little bit of definition for you. It naturally looks a little bit darker in that area. It just blends like a dream. I love the high shine finish on these as well. I think that makes for the most impactful one and done eyeshadow look, but if this isn't the perfect throw it on shade for if you're in my sort of skin tone, then I don't know what is. And then we're just gonna highlight a little bit more. You know that I kind of love this step. I'm using another one of the Fearless Shadow Minis. This is in Honey Calcite. And then for the main event, this UND GRETEL Look eyeshadow stick in Magic Gray. I love the angles of these kajals. They have a bunch of beautiful colors. I haven't reviewed these, but I think that's gonna be a video coming really, really soon because I feel so passionately about this product, but it blends like a dream. You can see I'm really focusing the product on the outer third of my eye. We're gonna sort of drag this into a really subtle cat shape, but I did wanna keep the eye almost a little bit more rounded. So I'm bringing it in the inner corner of my eye as well. I do a lot better on this eye than the last one. I will not deny it. But then we're just gonna take a little Bdellium Tools brush. I'm gonna have every tool listed and I am just buffing this out. So easy. I have a more hooded eye shape. I like having this amount of control because you almost want the liner to go out a little bit more straight than up if you have this eye shape, and this pencil sort of makes it perfect to do that. And then I'm just going to darken up the lash line so that when I go ahead in with mascara, it feels really, really impactful. So on the mascara front, we're going in with SWEED. I love the SWEED Cloud Mascara. I think that this stuff is so fantastic. I'm actually using a dark brown shade here. I ran out of my black. That's really the only reason why I'm using this. But you can see it's still really rich, dark, beautiful. I really, really love this product. Separates the lashes, provides a ton of length. It's just the best. For lips, we're doing a little bit of lining. This was the year of lip liner for me, and these UND GRETEL pencils are so phenomenal. I forget the name of the color that I'm using. I think that it's called Luster, but I also think that's the name of the pencil. So I'm gonna link it for you down below. It's just a really great, more brownie toned sort of nude, very lightly applying the lips, very slightly overdrawing as well. And then I'm going in with the Fit Glow lip color palette. I'm doing a little bit of a mix on these nude shades. I actually love tapping in a lip product with the tip of my finger. I feel like it looks so smudged, lived in, natural, especially when you're going for a more pale sort of color. It makes reapplying obviously incredibly easy as well. And then I wanted to finish everything off with a little bit of gloss. This is the UND GRETEL Gloss in Caramel Shimmer. I am obsessed with this formulation. I think that it was Terry's pick of the year. So if you want to see the team's picks, that's in our newsletter. I'll link it for you down below. But once the lips are shining, the look is complete. All right, everyone, that is it. This is my completed look using some of my favorite new launches of 2025. If you want to know everything that I loved, please make sure to check out the video down below. Tons of amazing skincare launches, body care products, all of that good stuff, all that were new releases of 2025. Should I do a video where I talk about products that were my favorites in 2025, regardless of when they launched? Definitely let me know. I think that could be a fun one, or maybe just like a current favorites, something like that. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But I really hope that you enjoyed this look. If you want to shop any of these products right here, right now, please make sure to check out that description box down below. And while you're down there, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a big thumbs up, subscribe. I do upload new videos here every single week, and I don't want you guys to miss them. Please let me know what your favorite products of 2025 were in the comment section down below, makeup or otherwise, or if you noticed some of your favorites here today. If you recreate this look, give you a little bit of inspiration, tag us over on our Instagram at Integrity Botanicals. All of our social media handles are listed down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all of your consistent love and support. And I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.